obviously it was day one. We're gonna go watch the tape, and it's gonna look probably pretty awful. But a lot of energy, a lot of intensity, a lot of enthusiasm, which you expect day one. And I like some freshmen. We got some young kids that can play, and they're gonna have to play at a couple spots. So there's some young kids that, even in just helmets, mentally they hung in there pretty good for being their first day here. So all in all, it's a blast. I love football. So anytime we're in season or in spring ball, I'm happy. And anytime we're not, I'm pretty much not happy.
Coach, you had an older team last year, one of the oldest in the country. This year, obviously replacing a lot of those guys. How does that sort of change the first few days of practice?
Yeah, again, that's an awesome question. We did some two-spot stuff where we had an older group at one end, and we had a really young group at the other end, because what we didn't want to do is we got to get some young guys ready to go, because we had a transition. We had a fair amount of seniors. You're going to have those transition years, that is. And if we go at the pace to try to develop some young kids, particularly some freshmen, like, then the old guys are bored out of their mind, and we're not really helping them get better. So we kind of two-spotted some stuff today to try to be a little more advanced at one end and do a little more at the level they're at, and then try to go really slow at the other end to try to get some of these young kids, and even not freshmen, even some kids that haven't played that were on scout team last year. We're trying to get their point where they can walk before they can run. So just trying to schedule your practice and organize it where everybody's getting better. You're not going too slow for the veterans. You're not going too fast for the young guys. So a lot of people do that, but it makes sense to try to go at the pace that everybody's at.
You're obviously replacing Gus Ragland, one of those guys who's off the team, who graduated. I'm assuming that there's probably no decision that was made today, but sort of what's going to go into that process of picking a quarterback?
The thing is, and obviously we have to get a starter that can help us, lead us, and win games. I think we have the quarterbacks that can do the leadership and do all the intangible stuff that Gus did. I think obviously the experience of playing in games we obviously don't have, and we got to get two ready, really three. Like, it's so. I don't think the quarterback's decision is going to be made probably before we're into the season. We have to get two kids ready to play this year. By the time we get to Buffalo week 5, we can't just have one kid ready to play, because what happens if Ohio State, you know, grabs his right arm, rips it off his body, and throws it in the bleachers, and we got to play the backup, and we haven't got him ready. So we're going to have to get two kids ready. Does that mean kids are going to be dead equal? There's not going to be a 1 and 2 by the opener? No, we'll see. We got a lot of time to figure that out. But I think during our non-league games, we're going to play two guys fairly consistently to try to develop multiple young guys to get them ready for the long haul of a season. It's hard to get through the season in any position without ever missing any time. And right now, we not only don't have experience as starter, but we really don't have experience as a backup either.
It seemed like Mayers worked a lot with the ones today. Is that something where, like, tomorrow it would be Williamson and then maybe Gabbert
It'll
the day
be
after
pretty
that?
much 50-50. I don't know how Brett's probably not quite ready to be jumping in with the ones yet. He was down kind of at the younger end, working at a different pace. So maybe eventually he'll get caught up and get in the mix. But pretty much, and even today, different periods, Jackson's running with the ones, AJ's running with the ones. So you're trying to, one, get everybody used to playing with everybody, but two, get everybody a fair chance that, one guy gets to run with the ones, he's going to have a better chance for success and should look a little bit better. So it'll be just like you said, it'll be pretty even through camp who's running with the ones.
You were talking to the team about staying healthy, and it looked to me like you're pretty healthy right now. Is that a fair assessment of
We're
your
really
physical
good,
condition?
going probably the best. Luke and Adam and our whole strength staff, along with Paul, Doc Daly, and our training staff, and getting the Dari system and all the things that we continue to build. Where we are on the field talent-wise is light years from, but where we are organization, like our outfit of getting kids ready to play football and training them year-round is so much better. And our strength staff and our medical people did such a good job this summer. We're probably the healthiest we've been. A lot of it, to me, is some kids just have bad luck, and some kids are mentally weak. And my discussion after practice was about you mentally weak guys that always seem to be hurt. I'm not going to like you a whole lot. So you better be really hurt, and you better find a way to get out here and practice some, because I'm not giving you all this nice Miami Redhawk stuff and feeding you and putting you in this nice dorm and paying for this nice education for you to limp around the sidelines.
Can we talk about the schedule a little bit? I don't know who you pissed off, but the non-conference is pretty difficult, and then it seems like you get the majority of some of the teams in and out of the MAC every year that are at the top. It just seems like a really front-loaded, difficult schedule.
Yeah, 6 to 7 weeks, I would argue, go 7 weeks into a season relative to the league you're playing, we probably have the toughest schedule in the country. Maybe somebody has a tougher one. I don't know who would, because obviously you play Western, Northern, and Buffalo. Buffalo played Northern in the MAC championship game yesterday, and Western was obviously a top-tier team in the league. So you got 3 of the 4, and then obviously you got Iowa, Ohio State, and Cincinnati, which depends what rankings you're looking at. They're potentially all top 25 teams, depending on which ranking. And but I don't know. No one talks to me about the schedule, so I don't really worry about the schedule. I wish I would do the scheduling. It would be way different, but that's not my job. My job is to coach a team. So unbelievable opportunities. Our kids are excited about going to Kinnick Stadium. We went there a few years ago. It's a great experience. Going to obviously the shoe, and that's a once in a lifetime experience. A lot of kids dream of playing the shoe. They dream of playing for the Buckeyes, not coming in there as the Redhawks, and then obviously playing down in Nippert and playing Cincinnati are obviously great road tests and great opportunities to get better. Is it awesome way to start the year from trying to set up win-loss record? Probably not, but awesome chance to get better. If you believe in adversity makes you stronger and better, well, we're going to have plenty of opportunities to fight adversity here, and then you got to get ready and come right back with Buffalo in the opener. So I don't know. You play 12 games, what order they're in, whether you play Buffalo week 5 or week 12, well, you got to play Buffalo. You play them at home, and that week you got to play with the guys that you have and get ready to play and win. So not too concerned, but are excited about some of it's pretty cool. Going into some of those venues, you won't have to have a great win one for the Gipper speech to get your kids revved up to run out there and play. Now, halfway through the game, you might have to have a speech to, when you're in the shoe, you might have to give it to some kids. They got to go back out there. But as far as getting ready, it won't be a big issue.
Speaking of speeches, your post-game practice speeches, are those practiced in the mirror before practice? Are those top of mind? Do you ever know when a sentence is going to finish? It just seems like you're going pretty much everywhere.
I wasn't very good in school. A lot of run-on. I got a lot of ROs on my, a lot of started a thought and like 4 paragraphs later with no punctuation, I'd finish my thoughts. So a lot of run-on sentences. There's advantages to being crazy ADD like I am, and there's disadvantages. And what we talk about is, no, it's not. When we get up there, I start thinking, and whatever comes in my head usually goes out of my mouth, and sometimes it's pretty good, and sometimes probably not too good. But at least I know it comes from my heart, and I'm being honest, and I'm not doing some fake motivation or giving, hey, that was great. When it's great, we tell them it's great. When it's not great, we tell them it's not great. So.